Says, hey doc, I have acne. I've been on antibiotics for 3 years. I still have acne, and the antibiotics are upsetting my stomach now daily. I was told that you do a urine test that may be able to help me. Can you explain how your urine test can assist with my acne? Okay. The urine test, guys, is called an IUP. It's an integrated urinalysis panel. So it's a panel. It's a body audit. That's what you're really doing with this thing. You're going through and saying, all right, my body has X amount of resources in the bank. Here's the bills I have to pay. All you're looking for is, do you have enough resources to pay the bills? That's what it comes down to. So it's going to look at 24 different tests. It's going through a whole series of things, and then it strings them together into a story. So each column, each test tells you something and what to look for, and then how they interrelate, how food moves through the body, is how they interact with one another, and it gives you a story or a clinical presentation. So when you're reading this, you can go through, and with acne, for example, right away off the top of my head, I mean, simple assumptions you'd look for and say, all right, the skin's involved. You know, what's the skin do? It's an elimination organ. It's what it does. It gets rid of stuff. So I would immediately assume, well, okay, there's probably something wrong with getting rid of waste in the body. Wouldn't I see that on a urine test? Because that's getting rid of waste. I'd see it right away. And then I think, all right, well, what goes out through the skin? Stuff we don't digest. Stuff we build up too much of inside, toxicity. All right, so now I'm thinking digestion might be involved. And this is without even seeing this UA. I'm just going off the top of my head here. So I'm thinking, all right, digestion, elimination. So I would be looking at the bowel. Is it getting rid of stuff? Are the kidneys functioning properly? And if they're not, the body's going to turn. Always, it's going to turn back around to the lungs and the skin. That's where it's going. So you'd look for skin conditions and lung problems. Do you have a cough? Do you have bronchitis? Do you have emphysema or COPD or something like that? Asthma? Or do you just simply have hives, eczema, psoriasis, acne? So you look for these things. Now we can go a little further into the biochemistry world and say, all right, well, what else goes on? What would cause acne? I don't know how old this individual is because it doesn't list it here for me. It just says they're 3 years in. All right, 3 years in, it's not getting any better. You're on antibiotics the whole time. Now, why do they use antibiotics, right? Because antibiotics, a lot of acne, when it gets up to the surface and it gets in the pores, you'll see bacteria will start to form. So if they can put antibiotics in there, it'll calm that down. The inflammation settles out. Everything starts to get a little bit better usually. But there's a problem. When you put an antibiotic, biotic means life, anti-life into the gut, it tends to kill things, good and bad. So now it damages the microbiome. And what people don't realize is that this flora, this biome, which is this little kind of a community in your gut, well, your skin surface also has a microbiome. Because the body says, look, the skin on the inside, mouth to exit, is not a whole lot different than the skin on the outside. It's still skin. So you have to balance these things. Now you go a step further and you say, well, gosh, maybe I've got all that good and the antibiotics, okay, they're screwing it up, making it all worse. But why did the acne start? All right, well, let's look at this. What does the body dump through the skin a lot? Hormones that it can't use. Excess hormones that it cannot use. It's the reason why kids, when they go through puberty, they get acne. Right? Because the liver's like, man, I can't handle it. I can't dump enough of this into the urine and kidneys to get rid of it. So where am I going with it? Where's the next place out? Throw it to the surface. Get it up on the skin level. Push it out there. And the body will react. So it's really not hard to fix. You just have to look for a cause. What is the cause? What stress, as we talked about earlier, is feeding your bear? The IUP is a body audit. It tells me, pay attention here, 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 and here. And then all you got to do is touch. Now it's touch and tell time. You touch, and the body will kind of give you a pretty good clue of where it's at. You've already got a lab backing it up. Palpation, touching will tell you the rest, and it's really not hard from there. Balance the body. Balance, balance, balance. And things go away. Guys, this is how we fix people. All right, and the more and more I work and the more healers I'm around, and I mean healers, not physicians, healers. The more I'm around, the more I'm learning, the more I'm expanding my knowledge, the more I'm thinking, my gosh, there's nothing I can't tackle. Nothing. And I believe it. And the more and more I get into these mentors and my grandfathers, friends and mentors and the people I've found along the way in my search, all of a sudden I'm like, wow, there's almost nothing you can't get at if you just know where to look and how. And if you do that, you can get your life back. That's what health care is all about. That's what healing is all about. Sick care, I get it. It's out there. I'm not against it. I understand why we have it. And in my opinion, I think probably 99% of the people that are in healthcare are really practicing more of a sick care model. It's okay. People need that. But that little tiny percent, the little tiny percent of healers, those are where you're going to see the miracles. Right? We always say it in practice, if you don't expect a miracle, they tend not to happen. Expect it. Expect to get better. Expect the body to heal. And if you do that, you will be amazed what the body can accomplish. This is what I do every single day of my life. I help patients from all over the world. I travel to patients. I have patients travel to me. I help all the Springfield community. This is what I've done. I've done it for 2 decades. My family's done it for a century prior to that. This is how it works, guys. So if you want to be part of something, you're ready to get your life back, give me a buzz. Right? 726-0151. I'm Dr. Sean McCaffrey. You can listen to us live here on Wellness Wednesday. And remember, if you don't expect a miracle, they tend not to happen. Bye-bye.